You ever just feel like you need to have a deep breath? You ever just feel like you need to pause for the cause? And really, it's like I'm pausing now to slow down. Like, what is it? Pushing to make a 7-second video. Pushing to, create a post every day. Pushing to just live freely. Pushing to have a peace on earth. Pushing to have peace on earth and a piece of earth. So earlier I crashed out. Right? I'm fighting, to be a creator. I'm fighting for content, Not really, because it's gotten easier, right? But that's my little secret, right? But sometimes you have to show the struggle between the gaps, right? And my gaps have been gapping, right? I'm 3 years on YouTube. I'm 3 months tomorrow or someday sooner, whatever day it is, whatever year it is. Time is not, it's not a time stamp on this message. But it is a crash out, right? I be have to call my crash, right? I be having to call my crash out because my brother, his name is Crash, and I just be having to call my angels because, yeah, it's a real thing down here on this planet, and people be calling themselves crazy. Shoot, you be thinking like, am I crazy? Like, am I really dealing with other dimensions, other realms, other unseen, am I really living the life of my dream? And, who am I? Not even who am I at this point. It's like Mark said, what am I? You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I? And, I really can relate to DoorDash. I'm on a DoorDash, right? The starting date of becoming a content creator, whatever that date was, because like I said, time does not exist. But, it's like an introduction to what I am daily. It's like a treasure hunt to collecting your breadcrumbs of content, of messages to a whole loaf of bread, right? Yeah, like you putting one coin at the time in your treasure box for your treasure to be full. I mean, it's everywhere. So, yeah, I crashed out. I have a lot of content in my mind, right? Like, in my mind, I'll always be God's lady, right? I'll always be God's baby. I'm in my childlike, my play lifestyle. But everybody knows, your child play, your child playing a lot and hours of playing, you get tired and you crash out, right? So, yes, I've been doing 8-hour lives, 10-hour days, 15-hour days working. And I like to say, the hardest thing I had to do was work for my God. It's easy to work for somebody else. And my organization is like, okay, I can look at this and I can physically put it together. You know what I'm saying? Because I have something visible. It's not what's caught, it's what's taught. So, sometimes you fumble around, but just keep going. So, like I said, the hardest thing that I had to do in my life was work for my God, the invisible realm of bringing it to the physical realm. Physical, yeah. My spiritual, my mental, and my physical. So yeah. It's formless to matter. And given that matter, in between that dash, enjoy the dash, or, the dough dash. You gotta literally be like headstrong, not physical strong, because we can do the physical work. We can stay and slay. We can slay in the slave mentality. Okay, spirit, you can stay in the slave mentality, for as long as you want to. But when you jump out into this spiritual realm, it's like Dick Gregory said. Once you put the magic glasses on, you can't take them off. You'll never fit back into the Jack in the Box mindset ever again. So, I'm literally in this planet trying to find balance between spirituality and practicality. I literally am. So, I just, it's amazing because it's like nothing and everything at the same time. So it's like fighting with air. But then I think about the song, I'm walking on sunshine. Well, I'm walking on sunshine. Well, and don't it feel good? Yeah. And don't it feel good? Music is being like my life. Music has been rekindling this passion, and listening to the song or having a song channeled to me, and then I have to go get the song, play the song, decode the song. It's like awesome, right? So I just be thinking, like, when people think like, oh, you ain't working, you don't know what I'm doing in my mind. It literally is like you gonna mess around and get rich on purpose by doing things on accident, but it's very much intentional. It's awesome. It's amazing. And it's like your God has a funny way of showing up. It's like all of that. Everything happens for a reason, they say. And I'm just sitting here, I'm looking at these people. They have their little porch built, looks like they're rebuilding their porch, and they have a swimming pool out, they got them some little land, and I'm like, I haven't stolen any land, God, where's my land? I'm working extremely hard for you. And then I was listening to this girl, she was like, yeah, ask Archangel Raphael, and I asked Archangel Michael, and I'm like, I asked Archangel Prince, Milo Angelo, ask some of the archangels that on this physical realm. I told my daughter just this morning, I said, I'm just moving in silence. I'm being quiet because we literally got into a whole thing about my ex-husband not paying out the settlement. And then me saying, oh, I'm getting a lawyer, and him like, get your lawyer. And then I found a lawyer, and he's like, but I don't even want to get into that. That's another whole story, but I'm going to get my $10,000. $10,000 is what I want a month. I put it on several platforms. I'm not taking it back. So, this is going to be my, 10-minute video. But don't give up on God. God won't give up on you. Your God is not my God. I don't know what your God looks like, and I just gave my God, my personal name. Give my devil my personal name. So, Let's see where we go, guys. This is a synchronicity date. It's 799. Where I'm at. Where did I get the last 9 from? 2025 equals a 9. So, I just want to put that out there into the ether. Time stamp it. Signpost it. I'm just sitting outside my client's house, just like having my few minutes. I'm thankful to have clients. But, you know, if you would like to know what my services is, what my manifestation, not really secrets, but tips. I'm going to start using tips, my manifestation tips. How I go from raggedy energy to rich energy at the blink of an eye. You know, just embracing every millimeter of energy that I feel, addressing it, awareness of it. Like, yo, you feel how you feel. I feel how I feel. Everybody has feelings, even though some might, their frequency might be so low that, you know, you can't, what am I saying? Frequency might be so low that you just feel like you don't have any feelings, or you blocking them out. But so, if you get what I'm saying, I got a lot of things going on around me right this second, so I'm gonna kind of switch this around because I don't want my client in the camera. I'm trying to put it at a different angle. Yeah, so, but you know, we heal as we are healing as we heal. We heal as we're healing. Yeah. You know, I look at things frontwards and backwards. So, yeah, this is my video. I thank you guys for whoever this reaches. You know, if you would like, please leave a comment. I don't normally ask for anybody to like, share, or comment. I really be feeling like Spirit gonna lead it where Spirit's gonna lead it, and I don't have to ask, right? So I'm really standing on that I don't have to do all this extra pushing if I'm really believing, not even be lying, right? I'm knowing that it is supposed to do automatically what it's supposed to do if it's divinely guided, right? So I'm gonna try this video, no hashtags, just in the blind, intentionally, see what it do, right? Because I literally have to know within a shadow of doubt that I'm not evil, I'm not chasing, this is divine guidance, right? Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, overstanding, and understanding. What my God has for me is for me. And it's coming from a higher realm. It's not, what is this saying? Meet me at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. Right? Meet me at a higher plane. Most high. How can I get as high as I need for you, you know, to be on this realm or not on this realm? But how can I stand out amongst, how can my energy stand out amongst all of, what is it, 1 billion people on these platforms, right? What makes me 1% to tell a rags to riches story, to show it? Like right now, 799, I have $0.00. Right? 0, 0, 0. Right? I reset. And I'm what I'm doing. This is in the dark. Like, nobody's right here beside me. Nobody's right here. How would this reach you? How would you know what is for you is for you? How would you know that you on your way from rags to riches? How would you know that you in between your DoorDash? How would you know if you in between your mark? Right? X marks the spot. What about this red door video would let you know this is for you? Crash out video. What words would you know? Would you hear? What numbers? 111, 222. We're going to do 99, 799. But I'm not going to hashtag it. The algorithm's going to hit where it's supposed to hit. What's the video going to be? Spirit would have to give me a title. Oh. So we at 16 minutes, 6:45 I saw. 6:45, 456. Okay. 1456. Okay. The Red Door Dream. That's the name of that's going to be the name of the video. So, if you watch this far, and you can find a red door in your phone, please let me know if you can put it in the chat so I will know that you watched the whole video, right? Because I'm not having problems watching the video, but I just don't know if people are watching the whole video. Okay, so let's do a treasure hunt. This is a treasure hunt.